Running a business can feel extremely overwhelming, but it certainly doesn't have to be if you have the proper workflow and system in place. And I've been personally running my business for almost a decade now, and I want to share with you in this video what I would do if I were to start my business all over again, step by step, and hopefully it gives you some clarity along the way. If you are starting out and you're looking for some tools, some systems, I want to share that with you here in this video. So let's get into it. So the first thing I would start to do is come up with a clear business idea from the very start. And when I say business idea, there's actually a very simple way to find out what this business idea could be. Essentially, you want to be doing business in an area that you're actually passionate about, right? You want to be doing something that you could see yourself doing for decades to come in the future. So one really easy way to do that is to take out a sheet of paper or a notes document and literally write down 3 to 5 things that you absolutely love. Something that you could be reading about or watching videos on for hours and hours, getting lost in that topic because you absolutely love it. So let's say that would be fitness, it could be cooking, it could be music, for example, right? These are 3 things that, let's say, we absolutely like. And then the next step is to then find out what do people actually find valuable, right? So which of those 3 topics would actually help people? Because the real business or the best businesses are the ones that find out where people are struggling or where there's a certain need in the marketplace and they meet that need for those people. So for us, that could just be finding out what our passions are, and then finding out which one of those 3 actually could help people as well, because that's where the business is actually being done. So let's say I love fitness, but I also love helping people get in shape as well. Maybe I was overweight once, or I was really skinny and I got to my ideal physique. And so I love helping others do the same thing. Maybe I've already helped a friend do that. So that could be the perfect business idea. You want to help people get in shape. And just a side tip, the more specific you can be regarding your business idea or like who specifically you want to help, the better this can be. Because then you can really focus your messaging and your copy essentially to that particular customer, the potential customer. So maybe for me, that could be guys in their 20s, let's say in their young 20s, they're the beginning of their 20s. And let's say I want to help people who are overweight and they're kind of getting into their careers, but they also want to build healthy habits that support a long life. So that could be my ideal customer avatar, for example. So after we come up with our business idea, we know who we're going to serve. Now we want to start creating free content, and we want to do this on a regular basis. Because there are lots of ways we can market ourselves out there, right? Without marketing, it's very difficult to get yourself noticed, obviously. So one of the best ways to do this is through content marketing. And all this is just putting out free content into the world on a regular basis, consistently. So whether that's once a week, twice a week, once every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, whatever it might be, you want to choose a rhythm that works for your schedule and commit to releasing a piece of content every so often, let's say each week, that focuses on specific pain points that your customers might be dealing with, and then address that for them. Okay, so again, going back to the fitness example, let's say they want to know how to do a proper bench press, right? So one example of a video could literally be you demonstrating a bench press, explaining the technique as you do it, have multiple camera angles set up to make it really, really clear. It depends on your style of presentation. It doesn't have to be exact, right? Everyone's way of content is different, but you want to be very clear and specific for your videos and address specific pain points that people are struggling with so that they resonate with those videos. And once they get value from those videos, they get to know, like, and trust you more, and they actually want more of that content in the future. So the whole point of free content is essentially to build trust and basically creating free value for them, creating transformation, quick wins for your potential customers so that they trust you, they like you, then they will more likely do business with you in the future. And then after we start creating free content, this is the great part because we start attracting an audience, we start building that base, and people will start to comment. People will start to let you know what they want to see more of. If your video is actually valuable to people, people will let you know. You know, it's a very generous thing that you're offering freebies, right? That actually help people. And then you'll also find out what people don't want, right? So you have that double-edged sword, which is great. Or it's like two in one essentially, right? So yeah, free content will help you refine your messaging, refine the content that people actually want and don't want, And then after you put out some content for a while, you start to really understand what your people need and want. Then you create your lead magnet. And a lead magnet is essentially the freebie that you offer them to go further with you. So this could be in the form of a cheat sheet. This could be a video workshop. Many stores will offer this online with discount codes, right? Like join our newsletter for 5% off, 10% off your first purchase, for example. That would be called a lead magnet. It's essentially something to incentivize you to join their newsletter or their email list in exchange for something cool, something valuable, a freebie, okay? And for me, my best performing ones are usually PDF cheat sheets, things that give people like a really quick win. Another one of my most successful ones, I would say, would be like a comprehensive guide, like a buyer's guide. It's like 60, 70 pages, but it literally goes through all the tools and stuff that I would recommend for orchestral producers. That's sort of like my main niche. But yeah, it really can take form, like any form you like, lead magnets. So it's up to you. But essentially something that gets them a quick win, a nice specific win, and it's sort of like a no-brainer for them to download, especially because it's free, but it also adds so much value to them that giving you their email address is essentially a no-brainer. Then the next step after that is, of course, to have a system where you can collect their email addresses and start building that email list. So I personally started with MailChimp, and then I switched over to ConvertKit as my email list was growing, and now I'm with Kajabi. So Kajabi is the system I'm using for my entire business. It includes email marketing, website hosting, everything like that. And it's just nice to have everything in one place. But really, you can use any email marketing platform you like. But email marketing is so important because these people who are opting into your list already know who you are because of that free content, right? And ideally in that free content, you're saying, like, let's say at the beginning or the end, if you want to go deeper with me, if you want to learn more about XYZ, then you can download my freebie down below. And usually in the description, you can leave the link to that lead magnet, whether that's the PDF or the workshop. So you want to take them to a landing page that you set up in your software of choice. Again, mine is Kajabi. And once that happens, they can opt in, they can enter the email address, they get sent the freebie, and now they're officially on your email list, okay? And after this, you can start to nurture them. Nurturing essentially means giving them even more free value, making them feel really, really welcome on your email list, and then eventually you can convert to a paying offer afterwards. And that would be the final step, is to create a paid offering down the line. So as you're learning more and more about what your people want, something that really, really would be valuable and transformational for them, that's when you can really hone in on a paid offering, whether that's a service that you can do something for them, or like an asynchronous product, like an online course or something like that they can go through at their own pace. Really, it's completely up to you, and it just depends on the niche, what your people want. But for me, courses are sort of my bread and butter, and then I also have like a membership and a community, as well as private coaching, group coaching programs, stuff like that for people who wanted to go, really, really deep. But that's essentially the system. That's what I would do if I were to start all over again. So come up with that business idea, which again you find by outlining the things you really love, and then finding out which one of those things intersects with value, adding value to people. So what am I passionate about, and how can it add value to someone else? How can I help someone else achieve what I've already achieved, essentially? Then the second step is to start creating free content around that idea, and choose a regular rhythm that works for you, but commit to that and stick to that. And again, as you're doing that, you'll start building that audience. And as long as you stay consistent, that's really, really important. And then people will start sharing their thoughts, things they love, they want to see more of, what they don't care about as much, and you're continuing to refine your content based on this user feedback. It's sort of like a loop, right? It's really cool. And then as you start to refine your content, then you build out a lead magnet, something that you think will give them a really quick win, something that's like a no-brainer for them to download, and you want to have that hosted on some sort of email marketing platform. So again, for me, it's Kajabi. And you want to have a one landing page set up where they can enter in their email address, maybe even their name, and then you want to have a button there for them to opt in. So as soon as they click send me the guide, or I'm ready, then it opts them into your email list, and in exchange you send them an automatic email with that freebie, or it takes them to another page with that freebie on it that they can grab right away. And then over time, you have paid offerings that you can build out and then pitch to these people on your email list. Because again, these are the ones who are the warmest leads, the people who really already know, like, and trust you. And again, they're much more likely to convert into paying clients and customers in the future. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Hopefully, if you have any questions, do let me know down below in the comments. More than happy to help there. But I hope this provides a little bit of a structural guide, in terms of how to proceed if you're starting out from scratch. That's actually what I did starting out. But, now that I've done it for quite a while, it's a lot easier to split it up step by step and kind of break it down into what I did, every single step of the way. So if you're curious about Kajabi, like the platform I'm using to host my entire business on, again, it's like, it has everything in one, like, email marketing, website hosting. It hosts your courses for you. It has communities and memberships built into it, group coaching, private coaching, one-on-one stuff, contacts, analytics, payment processing, like all of that stuff is within the one platform. I used to have to tape together so many platforms, and I was actually paying more for those 4 platforms compared to, paying a flat rate each month or each year with Kajabi. So if you're interested in checking it out, I have whole playlist of videos on this channel uncovering Kajabi's features. But if you want to give it a try yourself, I recommend using my link down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you do use that link, then you'll be supporting me in the process and the channel. But essentially, Kajabi's website will give you a 14-day free trial, so 2 weeks to play around with it before you become a paying member. If you use my link, you'll get an extended 30-day free trial, so a full month to play around with it. Plus, I want to give you 2 bonus mini courses as a thank you for using my link below. So the first one is Kajabi in 30 days, and as soon as you join your free trial, I'll send you this course immediately, and this will walk you through step-by-step how to build your business on Kajabi, literally one step at a time, and basically prime you to start earning an income on the platform. And the second course is called Content Marketing for Creatives. This one I'll grant to you manually, after you become a paying member of Kajabi. Just forward me your first month's payment or receipt, and I'll grant you access to that one. And that one goes deeper into the content marketing side of things, like how I build out my business to really, scale my business, earn back my time, earn back more freedom, and basically allow me to do what I love, but also earn back my time at the same time. So yeah, that's essentially what I want to give you. And again, if you have any questions, let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.